What's up guys, Zame here, and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. Today I've got another product review for you. We're gonna continue looking at more products from Orien't. Previously we had a look at their texture paste, but for today we've got Orien't Clay Pomade. Now this is a water-based clay with a strong hold, and once again I want to thank Shan for sending me this. Thanks man. And without further ado, we're gonna take a closer look at the jar right now. And here we have the Orien't Clay Pomade. Just like the other Orien't products, they all come in this nice box. Has the brand and product name on the front, some precautions and social media info on one side, ingredients and directions on the other side, the company slogan on the back, and the logo on the top. And you even get the product name on the inside of the box, and that's just a nice touch. You will also get this little card in the box. It just has an infographic on how to use the product. Pretty simple but a nice thing to have. The clay itself comes in a 3.5 ounce glass jar, has a screw top lid, a sticker label on the front, and the label even has this shimmery effect to it, which is really nice. Ingredients and directions that are actually printed on the jar itself, and even the logo is printed on the lid. I've said this in the texture paste review, the packaging just looks really good. And if you open it up, you get this tan colored clay inside. Now just like the texture paste, when I first got these, I couldn't really make out the scent, but according to the company, the scent is a citrus bergamot. And it smells pretty good. It has this musky, citrusy smell. I'm not too fond of the scent, but it's definitely not a bad one. But just like the other Orien't products, the scents are pretty subtle, so they're gonna stay out of the way. So scooping it out, it comes out pretty easy, really thick, but still really soft at the same time. It's really pliable and you can even ball it up, which is pretty weird. Feels kind of like dough now that I think of it. And that is way too much product. I'm gonna put some back, just right there. And breaking it down, really easy, but it gets grippy the more you break it down. Going into the hair, once again, really grippy, really dry, which is also why I would highly recommend you to apply in smaller scoops. If you watch my review on the texture paste, I actually mentioned that you can't really use too much of that stuff, and that less is more. Well, those same rules apply for the clay pomade as well. So once again, go in small amounts and work your way from there. You honestly don't need much of this stuff. And you can apply it in damp hair, but if you were to do that, I would recommend you blow dry it, as in apply a little bit, blow dry it, and then apply a little bit more after that. I find that that's the best way to make the clay work if you're gonna apply in damp hair. As for the scent, it's noticeable but subtle once again. And as for the shine, it's easily one of the most matte finishes I've ever seen in a clay. This product really absorbs any moisture, so you're not gonna see any shine at all. Just looking at it back, it's definitely manageable but has plenty of resistance to it. So really thick and dry clay. So definitely use a white tooth comb for this. Gonna style my hair now. Talk to you again in a bit. And I think I'm pretty much done. So as you can tell, I'm getting a good amount of height and volume. My sides are holding down pretty well. For a clay, it doesn't have the best texture, but it's pretty decent overall. Definitely has a matte finish, and the scent is really subtle. So let's talk more about the clay pomade. Now I find that the clay pomade is pretty interesting in its own right. If you look at it purely as a hair clay, I think it's pretty average. Performs pretty decently, gives you good hold and a matte finish, but it's also really dry and can get pretty tough to work with at times, which I'm not a big fan of. But I find that what makes this clay slightly more interesting is one of the ingredients in it. One of the highlighted ingredients in this is diatomaceous earth. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, but what that does is to help absorb any excess oils and sweat. And I found it interesting because it can be used as a dry shampoo, in a way of course. I've used it in unwashed hair and it really helped to give a boost of volume and just made it cleaner overall. I've even used it in an all-base build-up and it just worked amazingly. Of course, it didn't clean the all-base build-up 100%, but it still worked really good. And I'm well aware that this clay dry shampoo hybrid thing isn't anything revolutionary. I could be wrong, but I think that Hans de Foucault's quicksand was the one that really started it. And you could also argue the fact that any clay can be used as a dry shampoo, but I think that the Orien't Clay Pomade actually has that purpose in mind. Not so much to be used as a dry shampoo, but to help absorb any excess oils and sweat in your hair. So in that regard, I really like how the Clay Pomade serves a dual purpose. Now washing it out, it claims to be water soluble, but I find that rinsing it with water doesn't get everything out. And while most of it does come out with water, you definitely need to shampoo to get everything out. So anyways, final verdict on the Orien't Clay Pomade. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Definitely a good clay, gives really good volume and hold, provides a truly matte finish, and it can be used as a dry shampoo in some sorts. The clay can be a little bit dry and tough to work with. It's not exactly the cheapest product in the market, and I do wish that it was really water soluble. And as per usual, more details on the blog, link down below. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the review. Do leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel right here, or you can check out my last video right here. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.
Orien't